With Shamir arriving safely in Vanuatu, it was time for the arrival of new crew members, including dentist Tony Burke. After a short ride from the airport and offloading most of the optical supplies, it was soon down to business. The original plan was to meet the first medical team on the island of Aneityium, a day's sail further south of Tanna. However, due to flights not operating at the time, it was decided instead to take the medical team aboard at Tanna and sail them there. This was always going to be an uncomfortable ride due to the prevailing southeast winds, and this being a particularly rough stretch of water.
Well, here I am, sorry and sore, unfortunately, after our epic crossing yesterday.
An awkward fall resulted in a broken bone for crew member Andy. But if this cloud had a silver lining, it was in the form of the P&O cruise ship Pacific Dawn, which just happened to have arrived the same day and was happy to assist.
They looked after us extremely well. Their hospitality and their courtesy was second to none.
After receiving wonderful treatment aboard Pacific Dawn, including x-rays, waterproof cast and sling, it was finally decided that Andy should fly home. After a good night's sleep on terra firma, the medical team got down to business, running clinics in several villages over the next 3 days on the island of Aneityium. Crew member and Melbourne dentist Tony Burke set up his dental clinic ashore, training local healthcare workers Bob and Shirley, conducting a survey of caries prevalence and treating anyone who needed help. Tony's tooth extraction count topped 90, but it was his talk at the local primary school on caring for your teeth that was a true highlight.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
My name's Dr Tony Burke. Is this good for your teeth? No, not really. Bananas, are they good for your teeth? Yes. Chocolate biscuits, is that good for your teeth?
No.
Oh, no. So we have to know which are the good foods, we can eat them, and which are the bad food. You also have to brush here, at the back, behind.
Back to sea again, this time a more comfortable ride, with the wind from behind and the overnight sail allowing most to get some sleep. Our destination was an isolated speck on the chart, the island of Futuna, which rises over 600 metres from the sea. Once anchored in Mission Bay, on the relatively sheltered north side of the island, it was time to ferry the medical team ashore. Once ashore, the reception was warm and inviting, and Bill got a chance to jam with one of the locals. In addition to running medical clinics, there was a lot of interest in running a movie night. There was no shortage of help to carry the generator and equipment up from the boat. And what better movie to show on a remote, jungle-covered island miles from anywhere? Jurassic Park. While the medical volunteers run the clinics, MSM crew members Scott and Rob gather interest in the making of mud bricks using local clay and soil for the purpose of building low-smoke cooking stoves. With most cooking done on open fires, smoke inhalation is a major medical problem in Vanuatu, affecting the eyes and respiratory system and linked to the shortened life expectancy of women in many places. There was a lot of interest and enthusiasm in the making of mud bricks, sun-dried using no costly cement and made totally with local materials. The benefits were quickly appreciated. 2 weeks of drying and these bricks will be ready to make the first stove. Each village was left with an instruction manual and a mould to ensure the brick making could continue well after our departure. After 2 days at Futuna, it was time to head off again, this time on the overnight sail to Aniwa, and from there to Port Resolution on the island of Tanna. It is here that the medical volunteers would be completing their tour of duty. With the departure of the medical team, the crew of Shamir spent the next 7 days in the Port Resolution area, washing clothes at the local hot pools and running mud brick demonstrations in all of the surrounding villages. It was a wonderful chance to participate in village life and meet the locals, all the while keeping a watchful eye on the very active local volcano, Mount Yusur.
Amen. Praise the Lord.
What Bob does to relax in the South Pacific.
One of the many little tasks one has to attend to at some point.
You want to list some of the recent tasks, Bob?
Engine, generator, sails, pumps, electrical, switches, lights.
That's enough.
That's enough?
That's enough for now.
And that's all good fun. It all keeps you off the streets and keeps you out of trouble.
The journey north to Port Vila involved a stopover at the island of Erromango. It is here that medical volunteers Ian and Anne Miller conducted clinics at Port Narvan on the east coast and Dillon's Bay on the west coast, with around 180 patients being seen. While on Erromango, there was also time to catch up with friends from last year's mission, while conducting more mud brick demonstrations and helping out in a small sandalwood nursery. After a month at sea, the first MSM mission for 2010 came to an end with Shamir's arrival in Port Vila. It was now time to catch up on some maintenance aboard, while waiting for the new crew and skipper to arrive in a few days' time.